Ava DuVernay,
Oh!
5 years, not trained, unbelievable.
Well, nobody would be able to watch this film, Roland, and think that this is coming from a director. She's known for creating these intimate little moments, and the fact that she was able to not just do that, Roland, but I was standing there the day she was like, I'm not gonna have enough time, I'm not gonna have enough time, oh my God, it's raining, I'm not gonna have enough time. So she shot that whole Bloody Sunday thing in a day and a half. You know, most directors would have had a week to do that.
How does it make you feel to sort of finish doing this movie, you're seeing it, but then also turn the television on and seeing what's actually happening in real time?
You know, we know that these things are ambient. It's always around. You know, race relations that are disproportionate in this country, these incidences that are so tragic and so toxic.
There's no doubt, I think America will be blown away.
You supported the films before anyone else. I will follow Middle of Nowhere. Put me on your radio show. Put me on whatever you, Twitter, radio, TV. I think you fly fighter planes. I don't know. You do a little bit of everything, but you always make sure that you support artists, independent artists, certainly for me, and I just want to really thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Good luck
Roland.
with it.
Through comedy, I think it's a really wonderful vehicle to explore a lot of these issues, because people get to laugh their way into a new understanding as opposed to being punched into a new understanding. But we're dealing with stuff that, like, is happening.
Is there a particular plot line or storyline you would love to do that you haven't done yet?
Oh, yes. I really would love, although I don't think it was appropriate for first season, I really would love to explore the being mixed. In the pilot episode, you know, the line that I have of tell my hair and my ass, I feel like that is a very large piece of luggage to be explored as a part of this larger context of the show Blackish. And right now we're really looking through Dre's eyes, but as the seasons progress, you look through everyone else's eyes, and I think it would be really fun to start exploring that a little bit.
The absence of black presence by celebrity is a serious loss to our potential use of power to make a difference. So I invited all the artists I could think of to come for a two-day festival down in Atlanta to celebrate criminal justice as a festival. It's called Many Rivers to Cross, based upon a great song. And in it, all the artists will sing to songs that, in content, speak about the plight of black people. What also surprises me is the number of artists that told me no.
Really?
Oh, yeah. As a matter of fact, there are some artists that told me yes in the light of enthusiasm, in the first rush, and they were pressed to really define what would be asked of them.
With Anita Hill and Clarence Thomas, it was, sister, what are you doing? This is a black man going for the Supreme Court, second in history.
We don't air our dirty laundry out there publicly like that, even if he's not a black person whose ideology matches a lot of other black people in this country. He's a black man, and we are about to lose the black seat. So that was really complicated. At the same time, when you say that about the civil rights movement, I also think about the women's movement, and how in the women's movement there was a lot of racism in the women's movement, in the same way that there was sexism in the civil rights movement.
And just like Michael Sam right now says, there's racism in the LGBT movement.
That's right.
Because you might be gay, but you still white.
That's right. It was one of the first times that America saw two well-spoken black people speak on the national stage in that way, and the fact that they were at opposite ends of the argument was really intense. It was the first time that we talked about sexual harassment in a way. I mean, now we use those words with such ease, but back then that was a vague legal term that very few people understood or knew what it meant, and culturally we were not dealing with sexual harassment. So the country was kind of forced to deal with race and gender and power in a way that we had never done before.
You know, we are at literally the most divisive time I think we've been in our history. As much as we'd like to say that it's only the messenger's fault, when I said a year before he put his name in, do not count him out. So this is something that we've created. I would love to be able to just blame him and say, oh, it's his fault, he's the devil. If we don't pay attention, the fleecing of America, remember 20 years ago we used to talk about that when we were talking about hammers and all those things, overpriced tools.
Who are you trying to heal? African Americans, America, or Trump?
So, you know, seeing a strong black woman or a woman who's been a part of this community for such a long time, you know, been a voice in this community for such a long time, I thought that I would be talking to us. I really did. That was what I was thinking. You know, I've been singing gospel music for a long time, and I've been lifting people up for a long time when they're down. And so this is something that I do on many stages, and this was just one stage. It was a political stage. It was a scary stage, and, you know, the message didn't come across the way I intended it to.
Even with all of the movies and the Oscar and the other awards, 2016, you dropped your 11th album. Yeah. And what, literally when I saw the title, I said, I gotta ask him this question. You called it Black America Again.
Yeah.
What does that mean, again?
Well, it started with a thought like Sandra Bland, a friend of mine had a song about Sandra Bland, and as she was singing it, I was thinking about Sandra Bland's family and like how we, you know, we call these names out, but their lives are gone physically, you know, and it's like it just hit me in a way, like, and I started to think about how it had happened with so many black people in America, like their lives just being taken, like for no reason, and it went back to days of slavery, to Jim Crow days, to just modern days of people names we don't know who've just been, you know, either shot by police, killed, accused of something because they're black, you know. So I was like, that thought came, and I started writing the song, the title Black America Again, because it was a repeated cycle.
What is happening in your city of Chicago? All right, y'all, we're gonna actually put the rest of that package, about 2 minutes left, online. But I gotta go here, but I come back for my commentary. Should I go to my iPad? So here's some of the memes, folks. Last day of NewsOne Now. Let me scroll down here. Y'all, this LOL, you going hard this morning on Trump. He was lying his ass off. Okay, that's a good one right there. It's so hard to say goodbye to you today. Let's see here. Boo, bro, no, please don't go. Let's see here. Maxine Waters being so important. Somebody said, you won't be silenced. Oh, y'all, they got some.
Show was that?
They got some good. Oh, that's Allison. She working on our show, so she get a shout out. Real quick here, we'll miss you right here. I love this one here. This has been a difficult week. I learned that Shelly has testosterone, and now I'm watching the final hour of NewsOne Now. Roland, hurry back. That's a good one. That's a good one. Roland Barr, I own this company. I own my own camera. Do the damn thing. You showing up. We come back. My final commentary on NewsOne Now TV1.